Hey there, I'm back. Okay, so we are at what, day 10? Is it day 10? Day 10 of Midjourney Madness, and this has been exciting. Uh, Midjourney is, in my opinion, the premier, the best um, platform for generating AI images. However, there is a little bit of a learning curve. And so we've been doing the Midjourney Madness, 21 days of Midjourney, to kind of get people prepared for just what it takes to learn. It is a skill. That means it's an investment of time, an investment of energy to actually learn Midjourney. So we've been going through this, and we started out with day one, which was prompt structure, just understanding how to prompt better. And we've gone through, parameters, the photography styles, other art styles. Yesterday we did skin tone. No, we did skin tone and hair texture earlier this week. Today we're going to talk about age, how you get your characters to be the correct age when you're generating images. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jay Stone. I am a master content strategist, visual content strategist, and I help entrepreneurs create dope content and profitable digital products. And so we're going to jump into this. I try to keep these short and sweet. There's an entire playlist. And if you want more of this, I go into detail in the Midjourney Ultra course. So, that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So let's start. I'm going to do a quick presentation, and then I'm going to go into Midjourney to do a demo. And we're going to talk about character aging or age progression. First, let's talk about the bias in the AI images. So now this is not exclusive to Midjourney. This is all AI image generators have the same challenge. And here's for a few reasons, right? The training data often excludes or misjudges age due to bias regarding the training team knowledge. So a lot of these people are the training team. It may be men, right? And men may not know, like, can't judge the age of a small child at a glance. Like, we can look at a baby and we say, oh, he looks like he's about 10 months old. They'd be like, I don't know. He looks 1 or 3. They can't guess that. So if men are doing the training, they're doing the guessing. It could be that the training team may lack knowledge of a specific ethnicity, right? They don't know, people from the Middle East or people who live in the desert may age differently from people who live, say, in the North Pole, right? So people who live in cold weather regions are going to age differently based on the melanin in the skin. So those are things that they don't know. So what happens is, as they are training, they're scanning these images and they're tagging the images and saying, this is a 40-year-old, this is a 30-year-old. They're taking their best guess. So this is not something intentional, right? But I would look at someone who might be Native American and think that they're a certain age, where a Native American person might look at themselves and say, oh no, this person is clearly this age, right? Because they're more familiar with how that ethnicity ages. Okay. So this is not something intentional. This is just not a lot of diversity in the training data, not a lot of diversity in the training team, right? Which is why it's really important for us as people of color, as women, of a certain age, people of a certain size. If you fit into any of these biases, age, size, hair texture, skin tones, any of these biases, it's important for you to start generating and prompting, because now they're getting user input data that becomes part of the training database. So it's really important for you guys to get involved in this process. Okay, so AI image generators routinely make children younger, like they miss age. If I ask for an 8-year-old, I get somebody who looks like a 4-year-old. And then they tend to make adults like look older. And I think some of the training data probably was old, because now, like they say, 40 is the new 30, 50 is the new 40. So I think we're living longer, we're taking better care of ourselves, so we're aging better. Okay. So the solution is in the prompt. So I used the same prompt and just put in different ages. And then what I did was I selected the age that looked like what I think the age will look like. So they showed a 4-year-old, but to me, she looks more 2 than 4. The 8-year-old looks about right. The 12-year-old looks about 14. The 16-year-old looks about 24. The 20-year-old looks about 21 or 22, so that's okay. And the 24-year-old looks like she might be about 30. So it didn't look age appropriate to me. And when I show you the grid, meaning all 4 images for every specific prompt, you'll see how some of them look older and younger. And I think that was Midjourney's way of saying, okay, some people age younger, some people age older. We'll give you some that look a little younger, some that look a little older. You got 4 to choose from. Pick one that works for you. I think that was the way that they fixed it from, say, 5.2 and 6.0. The 6.1 is a little bit better. So then I went into women, right? And again, you can see the prompt here. So we went for the same prompt. I changed it from, girl to woman. 30, and I think that looks about right. 40 looks about right. 50 looks about right. Okay. 60 looks a little bit young with silver hair. Okay. 70 looks 80, and 80 looks 70. Okay. So it just didn't give me what I was looking for. And again, we're going to go into it and see. The other thing is the difference with age, ethnicity. Okay. So this is for a 40-year-old woman. I prompted the same thing for a 40-year-old woman. And so while this woman here, she looks to me more like she's 50-ish. Okay. Where this woman here, I would say she probably looks 40-ish, late 30s, early 40s. So I think that they got that right. However, me being of the African American ethnicity, I know what women who are 40 look like in my world. So someone else would have to say, okay, does she look 40? Okay. So let's go into Midjourney so I can show you what some of these look like. Okay. So we're gonna go start with we're gonna start with the 4-year-old because I prompted her last. Okay, so this is supposed to be a 4-year-old. She looks 6 to me. Okay, this one I can give 4. This one looks about 2, and this one looks like she's about 2 or 3. So I don't feel like they got the age right. Okay, and then when we look at the 8, I feel like she looks like she's about 12. This one I can take at 8. This one looks like she's about maybe 9. I'll take this one at 8, right? And so we looking at these different ages. This age is 12. Look at her baby teeth, right? She looks like she's 6. This one I took at 12, right? She's got the teeth coming in. This one looks 12, but I don't know why they made her look very va-va-va-voom on it. And what is this? This is 12. She looks 18. Okay. So remember when I said in the grid, they kind of go from one end of the spectrum to the other? This total grid was 12. She looks too young. These are right in the middle, and she looks too old. And then we went up to 16. She looks old. These two look 16. This one looks a little bit old. Okay. And so don't get so stuck in age. Okay. Use other determining factors. Like I said, girl, you might want to say young girl or toddler or adolescent girl. Okay. Young adult. So use keywords that also indicate age. And I find I tend to prompt younger for women who are 40 and up. Okay. So look at this woman who's 40. Baby, 40, well, she every bit of 70 or 65, like 40 where? Okay. I can take her at about 40 and she looks like she's maybe 28. Okay. So you're going to get anywhere in the spectrum. So don't be afraid to do it. So now let's take this prompt. Okay. Okay. Here's the prompt. Okay. So a headshot of a Latina I'm going to say woman, age 40. I'm going to leave the 40. And then I'm going to come back and say Latina woman, middle age. Okay. Okay. So middle age is technically, they say middle age is 50. All right. 50-ish. Okay. So this one is 40. Yep. I can take the 40. She looks a little bit older than 40, maybe 50, 45, 50. Uh, she definitely looks 45 or 50 to me. And she does too. So they didn't get that age right. So if I really wanted a woman that was 40, I'm going to go ahead and prompt for, look at what happens when I prompt for 32. Okay. Now this is middle aged. Okay. So these women, she's got a young haircut, but she definitely looks older. Middle age is 50. They look older. She looks about right. She looks a little young, and she looks about right. Okay. So play around with the ages. So when I did 32, right? That's 32. That's 32. This one looks closer to 40. And that one looks it. So I might have gone a little young. So then I'm going to come back and do 36. Okay. So a lot of times I prompt younger to get someone that looks like me or looks like what I want them to look like. Okay. Now, again, people age if you're dealing with someone who, say, lives closer to the equator, versus someone. So all these women look 40 to me. This looks like a woman who's about 40. She might be a little bit younger, 35. She looks about 35, 40. She looks 40. This is what I would expect a 40-year-old woman to look like. Okay. And I think that one's just distorted. Okay. So those are some of the things that you can do. Now, does this change with art style? So let's go. We did headshot, right? I'm going to say cartoon illustration and go from there. And they do change with art styles. So that's another thing that you would have to do. I'm going to also do an oil painting. Okay. And so 36, she looks 36. This one looks about 45 here. All right. So don't get so caught up in age in terms of what you're putting in and say, this doesn't look like a 40-year-old woman. Just change the age to get more of what you're looking for. You might need to prompt older or prompt younger. Okay. So this is the oil painting. I think this does look 36. She looks 21 or 22. She looks about 36. And she looks about 50. And so we're still getting that range where some people look younger than the age and some people look older. I do think this is Midjourney's solution to being off on the ages. Some of them are a little bit younger, some of them are a little bit older. Okay, some of them are a little bit younger, some of them are a little bit older. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about body type. And body type is super important. This is when we get into the big versus the small versus the fat versus the curvy versus the athletic. Okay. Those are going to make a major difference with how you prompt because again, boom on the body styles. Okay. We get a lot of curvaceous women, a lot of pinup doll looking women. The athletic women are looking a little too masculine in the body type. So how do we prompt around all of those things? So hopefully this has been helpful to help you with your age. Again, if you check the comments or check the caption, you'll see my Midjourney Ultra class where you'll learn consistent characters for books and how to create consistent styles and get set up and get started and just become a Midjourney master. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Midjourney Madness. Tomorrow, day 11. Thank you so much.